The first thing that we're going to talk about today is foam rolling, and a lot of you guys have probably seen foam rolling in the past or do so yourself. One of the things I want to talk about before we get started is a myth about foam rolling, that we're supposed to be crushing up adhesions or breaking up knots in the muscles, but ultimately that's not what we're looking for. We're trying to do something called desensitization, which is just taking down the sensitivity of a tissue that's kind of irritated. So we don't want to push on these things as we go through them as hard as we can. We want to push on them to a point where we are comfortably uncomfortable, where we're feeling it, but not to the point where we feel like we're fighting against it. That's important to keep in mind as we go through these pieces. Now the first piece that we're going to go through is our calf. We're going to put the roller underneath one leg, and we're going to pop our hips up off the ground using our hands for support. We're going to roll forward and back from the bottom of the heel all the way up to the bottom of the knee. We can roll inside and outside with that as well. And if you need a little bit more weight because you're not feeling much, throw the other foot on top. The same exact is true for the hamstring. We're going to put it up to the top. Now the hamstring is obviously a little bit denser tissue, so we're going to end up probably needing a little bit more body weight support in order to get this to have that sensation that we're looking for. So put that other leg on top with this crossover and you'll feel that into the hamstring there as well. We're going to go into the glutes next. Very important into our jumping and our vertical movement. It's something that's probably going to come up as something that becomes very sore if we go through a tournament. We're jumping a lot through multiple games consecutively. The glutes, we're going to lean to one side. We're putting the foam roller up underneath that hip. We're going right from the bottom of your leg right all the way up to where your belt level would be. If you don't feel a whole lot with this, you're also going to cross this same side leg over onto the other leg. The last piece that we're going to go through today is the quads. We're going to flip over onto our belly. And a lot of people like to do this with both legs on at one time. I personally, in order to control how much weight I'm putting through this, I'm going to put the other leg off to the side with a bent knee so I can put some weight on top of that leg if necessary. If you feel like you can tolerate it all the way, we're going to put our whole body weight on top of this single leg. Same concept is true though. We're going to roll from just above the knee all the way up to the front of the hip with a roll to the inside and outside, looking for those areas of sensitivity. With all of these exercises as we go through, the spots that you find that seem more sensitive are the ones you want to spend more time on. But as I said before, we don't want to go so hard on them that we're fighting against them. This will help us loosen up some of what we're feeling from a tightness perspective and break down some of the soreness that we're feeling during or after some of our activities. So keep this in mind. It's a great tool for you guys.